What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Buccaneers franchise, episode 8. And today, guys, I mentioned it last video, this is a very, very important couple of weeks for us here. We have the Panthers this week and the Falcons next week. We will push the Falcons and the Panthers to 2 losses in the division, and we would be at 4-0 in the division, with the possibility of not going below 4-2 if we would lose out the next 2 division or final 2 division games of the season. We are right there, but of course it's going to be a difficult task. We have a lot of question marks still. That's why I was very surprised, happily surprised to see us having this kind of success so early on, because I honestly did not see it coming. I thought we would have a year where, well, maybe not going like 3-14, but we would have like, you know, I don't know, a 7-10 season, something along those lines, where it's apparent that there's some talent here, but we need to go through an offseason or 2 to really revamp this team. And somehow, some way, we are sitting at 7-4, which is good right now for the 2nd seed in the entire NFC. So we'll see how things play out the next few weeks. Super, super important for us. And then 2 things to touch on before we get into the video. First, I wish nothing more than to be able to sit here all day and record Buccaneers franchise content and, you know, work on this channel 24/7. It's what I want to do as a career. I want to get to that point. But until that happens, I can only do so much, guys. I appreciate, you know, the request for, hey, give us more, give us more. I want to do that. I have to keep things in line with the rest of my life. And then that's why there are weeks where there's 1 video, and there's weeks where there's 3 videos, and there's weeks where there's just 2 videos and they're spread out. Like it's all predicated off of what's going on in my life at the moment, and what's, you know, what my schedule is for work and what I have to do with my daughter. And, you know, there's a lot of different things that come into play when it comes to my schedule for YouTube. Plus, I also have to work on extra content because, as you guys know, you can't just rely on one franchise video. You have to have something. That's where I do the tip videos and the guides and things like that, is so I can have that other people finder video, right? The one that people can click on even if they don't know what's going on with the franchise. I just wanted to put that out there again, because I know I've mentioned it in like community posts before, but I know a lot of you guys probably don't even see them or care to read them, which, hey, I do the same thing. If I'm watching, like if I'm on YouTube, chance of me finding a community post and interacting with it, slim to none. I completely get it. But, you know, I just want to make sure you guys are aware that I'm not like trying to not post more. I'm trying to post as much as I can, but I mean, every single video, you know, between recording, editing, uploading, making the thumbnail, setting everything up in the upload videos thing. If you make YouTube videos, you know what I'm talking about. It takes probably roughly 6 to 8 hours for me to do all of it together. Now, of course, it's crunched down. There's rendering time in there. There's all these different things. So I can sometimes, you know, do one portion of it and then come back and do the other. But it takes a full day's work for me to really make one of these videos, right? So if I'm putting out 2 to 3 a week, that's 2 to 3 work days of time, essentially, maybe give or take a few hours, that I am spending on just this video. That's not including my 40-hour work week job. That's not including my duties as a father. That's not including any IRL stuff I have to worry about. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm not trying to lessen your guys' experience here. I want to continue to make more for you guys and give you guys as much as I can. I can only do it so much without hurting other areas of my life. And until this changes, and like maybe I can do this more as a career, I can't push more time towards it right now because of those time constraints. So I hope you guys understand that. Secondly, and when it comes to the franchise, I've had a few comments coming through. They're like, oh, you're simming games. What the heck? Guys, if I showed every single game, I can average like 60 to 80 videos of franchise series. Roughly 60 to 80. If I'm showing a game, one game for every video, never skipping a single game, we're talking 18 to 20 videos for one season, not including the off season. Now, times that by 3, we're already up to 60. So if I didn't skip some games, I would probably never get into year 5 in a franchise. And despite popular belief, a lot of people don't like watching every game. Some of them, you know, some of you guys want to see a a few games and then move on to the offseason, rebuild the team, and do that. So I hear from both sides, like show less games, show more this, show more games, show more that. I'm trying to balance it as best as I can, guys. So I hope you guys can understand those things. And, you know, let me know what you guys think down below. I'll try my best to do more, I guess. I don't know. I just wanted to clear the air a little bit because I just don't know if comment replying really gets the message across or give off my how I truly feel, like vibe, you know, like context is important to me, and I can't make context in a text message essentially. So I just wanted to put that out there. I know I've responded to a few of you guys in the comments, but I just wanted to clarify how I meant it and what I meant to say a little bit better. And anyway, let me shut up and let's get into this game. So we've got ourselves the Panthers this week. We are definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, watching both of these games. Not in this video, but like this video is going to be the Panthers. Next video is going to be the Falcons, and then we'll see where the season takes us. So before we get there, there isn't a whole lot for us to go over. Might revisit some of the college players, and then we'll get into the weekly strategy and of course the game. All right, we're here with the player draft class, and we touched on this a little bit last week. I didn't get the guys unlocked that I really wanted to get unlocked because we just didn't have enough percentage to be able to unlock them with. But I really need to start forming together a favorites list. I don't currently have one, as you guys can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick minute here. Of course, for you, it'll be like a literal second. And I'm just going to go through this list and I'm going to fill out my favorites list, and then I'll show you guys what I got. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a second, or in my time, 10-15 minutes. And magically, all the list is done. For me, this has taken about half hour to 45 minutes. Wow, that took a lot longer than I thought. So I have the list here for the favorites started. I have a total of 93 players. Yeah, very random number, but I didn't want to force myself to make it an even 100. And I also didn't feel like I wanted to erase or take 3 guys off of this list to make it, you know, a round number. So 93 is the number. That bothers me more than you guys probably know, but I have to just deal with it because these are the players that stood out to me. You know, it's not my fault it wasn't 90 or 100, it's 93. Now, will this change? It very well could after we, you know, see some more stories, learn some more information, whatever the case is. Things will still change from time to time as we learn more. And maybe as our needs change. We could get to the offseason and I could find 3 of these positions and be like, you know what, I don't even want to take this position anymore. You know, so this could change a lot. I started organizing it all the way through at least round 1 to 2, guys. Round 2 to 3 and day 3 will come later. I'll probably do that outside of recording, just on my own time. But this is like, there is every position I could find. I went through every single one of them. I added everybody to my favorites, and I even there's 13 undrafted guys. I do have a solid 80 for draftable projection players, but I could not find any more or less for the undrafted guys that I wanted to keep on here. So at the very top right now, I do have Joseph McCoy. Reason for that, I'm still up in the air on Trey Lance. I'm hoping that by the end of the season, I have a clear picture as to what I want to do with the position moving forward. But I have to be weary of not having a solid quarterback, right? I know that his talent is only round 1 to 2, but like I mentioned, I mean, this could mean that he might have a really high development trait, but the overall just isn't there because usually Madden makes the other positions higher overall. Like this guy might be an 80 or 78 or something higher, whereas a quarterback might come in as like a 73 or a 74. That doesn't mean they're less of a player. It's just the position seems to come in lower than the rest of them. It is what it is. So I have McCoy up here, Lonnie Tate, of course, because you can never have too many corners, and he looks like an absolute beast. The only thing I don't like, he's 23, but he's a top 5 pick, and he's got all these A's. Great to elite across the board, and everything except agility and change of direction. I mean, A-man, A press, tackle, zone. His injury is really, really low as an F. So chances of me even getting the chance to take this guy is super low. I have a couple of receivers up here, Mason and Wharton, both top 5 projections. Colin Good, Wyatt Callan, a few tackles. I definitely need us to find some offensive line help. We need interior. I haven't seen too many guys that have really stood out to me. The first one is like, I don't know, does he even have a first round grade? Yes, he does. Jesse Bayadi? I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Him and Cole Polk are the two that I think snuck into the round 1 to 2 grades. Yes. Yeah, and then Taylor Wayne is right here. I actually found more guys later on than I did on the earlier stages with the interior offensive line. One guy, there's this guy that I found. Oh my gosh, where is he? He's way down here. Andrew Lincoln was one of the UDFAs that I found. Take a look at this guy's stats. I have a feeling this guy might be a super sleeper here. 5'11", 221. So he's a little undersized for playing outside linebacker. He's also only 21 years old. Physicals, great to elite in speed, acceleration, and change of direction. Strength, not that great, but for an off-ball linebacker, I don't care necessarily about strength. Even his agility, good to great. Jumping, not good, but again, off-ball linebacker, that's not as nearly as important as some of the other skills. And then when you get to the skills, he has A-zone, B-man, C-tackle. His awareness has a chance to be decent. Injury is on the higher side of things. So obviously there's things that need to be worked on, like the play recognition, potentially the awareness, pursuit. But A-zone and B-man is a huge deal to me. And him being a UDFA, if we could take a flyer on this guy in like the 7th round, we might find ourselves a potential future candidate at middle linebacker. John Edmond was another undrafted guy I found. He's 22, a big power guard, and he's got some pretty decent ratings here as well. A, impact blocking, B, run blocking. His injury is an F though, so very highly unlikely he might end up landing on our team, but he did intrigue me. He's got A to C's in lead block, run block power, potentially good or average, I should say, run block finesse. His run block power being at least a C though is good. His awareness has the ability to be a B or a C, so he's got some good traits for an undrafted guy. Jaquan Smith is another undrafted guy that I found. He's 6'5", 224, 22 years old, and he's got solid to good, like nothing below solid to good on all of his ratings here. Good to great excel, solid to good agility, solid to good COD, great to elite jumping, solid to good speed, good to great strength. For being 6'5", 225, that's really good numbers. Looking at his attributes here, we know he's got A, spectacular catch, and B, release. So immediately I'm thinking potential red zone target, right? Catching traffic is a C, have to work on that a little bit. Catching is a C, but he's got some good stuff in the works. Break tackle, A or B, B or C for ball carrier vision, B or C for injury, B or C for awareness. So he has got at least a C in awareness, vision, injury, carrying. We also know his deep route is a flat C. So this guy could be a potential steal as well. And you guys know, if you've watched my other franchises, the Texans or the Vikings, I love big-bodied wide receivers. And who did we just get rid of, guys? We got rid of Mike Evans. This would be a perfect fit, and we would not have to spend a huge 1st or 2nd round pick on a wide receiver. Now, am I expecting him to be an amazing player and should have been drafted in the 1st round? No. But if we don't find a good positioning early on in the draft for a receiver, there's always that possibility of coming back around later on in the 6th or 7th round, snagging one of these UDFAs or two, and seeing if we can hit a home run. There are a few guys in this day 3 pool as well that I was really looking forward to seeing more of. I'll go through all these guys a lot more as we get through the season. A couple of running backs down here like Dwayne Odom, George Andrews is another one. There was a center I found too. Where is he? Deontay Samuel. Now he is 3 to 4 projection. He's 6'3", 307, 22 years old. He's got great to elite in everything except strength being solid to good, and then good to great on the acceleration. Skills wise, A impact, A pass block finesse. He has at least a C in run block finesse and lead block. His pass block has a 66% chance of being a C or better. Same with his run blocking. His injury hopefully is not an F. But run block power a C, pass block power a C, some seriously good attributes here for a later round prospect. Daquan Samuel is another guy that really jumped off the page to me. He's dropped a little bit in the rankings, around 3 to 4, middle of the pack guy, but he's 21 years old, 6'1", 230 pounds. None of this stuff is that great, but if you're that big of a running back, I'm not looking for you to break away from the pack and have a 4.3 40. But what he does have is A, carrying, stiff arm, ball carrier vision, and awareness to go along with B, trucking. He also has at least a C in break tackle, pass block protection, spin move, and stamina. I really like him for a middle of the pack guy, and honestly, this would probably be where I would want to target a running back in this draft specifically, because I don't know what we're going to do there yet. I don't even know if we'll need a running back in the draft. I do know that James Robinson is not working out, and if I want to have a legitimate power back, I need to get somebody that actually looks like a power back, and Samuel seems to be one of those guys for me. There's a lot of receivers and corners here that I really want to learn a little bit more about. I'm going to have a hard time trying to decide who I want to really zone in on. Will Allen was a safety that jumped off at me a little bit because of his size, 6'2", 222, 21 years old. And the only thing is all of his stuff is down. Poor marginal, solid, good. But what I'm wondering is if he could potentially be a candidate to go down as off-ball linebacker. I've tried doing that last year with a couple of guys. It didn't end up panning out, but he does have some decent statistics. Now, for a safety, these aren't great statistics because with a linebacker, that bar is lowered and they're not expected to be able to cover as well as a safety or a corner. So that's somebody I'm keeping an eye on. Plus, he has A, block shedding. So imagine that if we can bring him down to the linebacker position, maybe that drops to like maybe a B or C range for a good linebacker. But if he's got B's and C's across the board at the linebacker position, that might not be a bad move if we can't find somebody the rest of the way through and he just falls on our lap. And yes, I know, guys, we are far away from the offseason right now, at least it seems to be. But I realized that last year, I don't think I did a good enough job keeping you guys up to pace with the draft process before we got to the draft, right? Because that's almost the fun part. Learning about these prospects, seeing them grow and their positioning change and their ranking change, seeing the stories pop up from them. And then when you get to the draft, you guys are almost like as involved as I am because you guys know, okay, well, this guy is here, or maybe this guy's here. And I just feel like I didn't do a good enough job of that in my last franchise. So I wanted to make sure I fixed that this year by getting this stuff more involved. And then speaking of that, we actually have a few good stories this week about the draft class and a lot of them around the corners. So right here, Charles Davis, corner Spencer Metcalf has lost his mojo, turning out to be not nearly the shutdown DB he seemed to be. He was one of the top corners. I think he was the 3rd or 4th ranked corner. And then Sprinkle here right below, he was right there too, like 3 or 4, something along those lines. He's one of the 6'3" guys that I was keeping an eye on, is looking to add his name to the list of players who were not ranked coming out of high school, but turn into NFL superstars. And then it says Quincy Sprinkle puts the special in special teams, a threat to take to the house on any kick or punt he fields. So right there, that tells me that Sprinkle not only could potentially be a great corner, but has the ability to return for us. And our return game could use some assistance. We don't have the strongest returners right now. And some more here. Melvin Hobbs, who's one of the middle linebackers, goes from defensive star to liability depending on the week. That's a guy that's on my list too. And then let's take a quick look at our season stats so far. So Trey Lance, hasn't had the best season, but overall his stats have not looked too bad. And a lot of that has to do with some of the sim games he had. He had some really nice breaks in there, like a 4 touchdown performance and things like, that just made his passing seem a lot better. But regardless of that, this is what we're working with. So right now he's just shy of 2,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 64% on his completions, and he's sitting right below a 94 for a quarterback rating. He's also taken 36 sacks, but he has been getting hit a lot, which I anticipated. He's sort of a little out there in times in the backfield. Running the ball, Rachaad White is our leading rusher, 4.5 yards a carry, 805 yards on the ground, and 5 touchdowns. So he's having a really good, productive season. Trey Lance, of course, adding over 500 of his own. Sean Tucker has come on strong the last couple of games when I gave him some playing time. He will continue to get that playing time as well. And then James Robinson, he gets all the goal line touches, all of them. If Sean Tucker was a little bit better as a power back right now, I would definitely give him more of those touches. But at the end of the day, Robinson, even though he's not producing in the rest of the offense, he is producing on the goal line, which is really his job. So 9 touchdowns for him on the season. Trey Palmer is our leading receiver. 804 yards and 5 touchdowns for him on 52 catches. Chris Godwin has 56 catches, just a little bit less yards and 3 touchdowns. There is this big fall off. A lot of that is due to Mike Evans not being with the team anymore after the trade. He was getting some good targets, even though he started off the season rather slow. Russell Gage has done a decent job stepping in. Those 2 touchdowns, of course, coming the last game we saw where he had the 2 touchdowns in that single game. So the thing is, though, Trey Palmer has the chance to become a great receiver for us. Chris Godwin is already an established receiver. The only reason we're not having more stats pop off really is because of the passing. And we can say one thing or another about Trey Lance. We can say this rushing is great, but watching the games, it's very easy to see it's very difficult for him to have a consistent day passing the ball. Even if it just means him running into those sacks like last episode. I didn't show all of them, but there were straight 2 or 3 drives where he finished the drive for us by getting sacked on back-to-back plays. So, and that's partly why Joseph McCoy is so high on my draft board, because I got to see something out of Lance before I'm going to fully commit to him. Defensively, I think our defense has actually played rather well. Elijah Cansey is leading us in sacks with only 6. Wish we'd have a little bit more than that, but hey, we'll take what we can get. William Golston at 4.5, Vita Vea at 4. Shaquille Barrett, when healthy, has been effective, but he has had quite the injury bug so far this season. And Deadrian Sinnett, I hope I'm saying his name right, has actually played rather well in relief when he comes in to fill in for Vita Vea or come in our nickel formations. And he's done some good things. Really was hoping to see more out of Tryon Shoyinka here. He has been healthy this whole season. He hasn't gotten hurt at all, but he has still only produced 2.5 sacks. And now let's take a look at the Carolina Panthers season stats. So far, Bryce Young, 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Actually a very similar stats to Trey Lance, except he's actually been completing more of his passes. 70% of his passes have been completed, and of course only taking 18 sacks. So I don't know if that means that Young is underperforming with that much time, or if Trey Lance is overperforming given the amount of times he's been hit. Miles Sanders is their leading running back. Of course he is, 644 yards, 3 touchdowns, but none of their running backs are averaging more than 4 yards a carry. It looks like Bryce Young is moving around a little bit, and he right now is their leader when it comes to the average anyway at 4.2. Adam Thielen leading them with 562. DJ Chark right behind him at 469. Only 1 touchdown. And then Hayden Hurst comes in as their number 3. And Laviska Shenault Jr. as their number 4 option. Jonathan Mingo, not 1 touchdown yet this season. He was a guy that I was expecting to have sort of a big year. Maybe not big year in terms of the actual NFL, but for what his expectation was coming in out of college. And on a team that sort of needs more wide receivers, of course, Shaq Thompson is leading them in tackles, sacks. Brian Burns leading it with 8. Frankie Louvu with 7. And then it's Derek Brown with 4. Boogie Basham with 2. Interceptions, only 2 for their lead. Shaq Thompson, Jammy. Is it Jammy Robinson? Am I saying that right? Pretty sure it's Jammy. Dante Jackson, Von Bell, Jeremy Chin, and JC Horn. So not a lot of turnovers forced on this defense, but we know they have some serious playmakers. Thompson is a problem. Of course, Jeremy Chin is a problem. I love Jeremy Chin. JC Horn is a solid corner. And then the beast, Brian Burns. Derek Brown also can't be slept on. He can be a handful at the D tackle position, especially out of those nickel fronts and those dime fronts with the 4-down linemen. So we will have to be on our toes for this one. The Panthers under Frank Reich and with rookie Bryce Young are operating out of more of a spread look. So I feel like we can expect a little bit more of the short passing game, maybe not as much running with them. They have a lot of single back, but not a lot of I form. So a lot more of just that spread look, get those 3-4 receiver sets out there, which is honestly might be challenging for us considering I mean, our outside corners are awesome and Shelley has stepped up tremendously, but we don't have much depth. So if they start trying to stretch us out thin, it could lead to some problems in the secondary for us. Defensively, they just run a base 3-4 just like we do. It has their scheme as a 4-3, and I can't change it. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just a glitch there. Sort of dumb. But anyway, that's what we should be expecting with the Panthers. With that in mind, it is now time to take a look at the weekly strategy. Averagely average across the board. Nothing higher than 13th, nothing lower than 24th. Passing is 15th, rushing yards are 18th, so it's not a lot of things that are like, okay, they're definitely more of this than that. And even their tendency calling is not that different, right? It has more passing, of course, but it is going to be difficult to see, do we want to try and shut down the short pass, which I think is going to be the better option given the spread and the playbook that they're running, or do we want to try to go medium? Now, medium, the problem with that is you're sort of giving yourself a double-edged sword. You're giving yourself an area of weakness now in the short game and in the run game. And if you do this, the real big concern is intermediate pass coverage. With the hopes of us being able to defend the short pass and hopefully keeping things in front of us and getting a pass rush down, we might not have to worry about the intermediate stuff too much. So this week with going against Bryce Young, I think it's going to be the best bet for us to go with a short passing game. He's a young quarterback. We're going to make him let the plays develop and try to beat us intermediate to deep. And hopefully we can either confuse him or we can get pressure home before he can get that ball off too many times to really hurt us. And now on for the defense. And I got to be honest, guys, I think this is the week where we have to go with the passing game because we got to try and get some stuff going in the passing game. I don't think I want to try to run on this defense. And man, I mean, look at this. Look at the way this defense is playing right now. They are number 1 in points per game, number 1 in total yards, number 3 in pass yards, number 4 in rush yards, 4 in takeaways, and 5 in sacks. They also like to blitz it quite a bit. 30% of the time they are blitzing. I am almost thinking we might want to try and go with blitz counter. Try and keep them at bay when they're blitzing. Try to keep Brian Burns out of our backfield. Give our offensive line a little bit of a boost. And hopefully we can try and burn them deep or over the middle. Now, I know it says fast reaction to short pass, but remember, our playbook is more so designed in the medium pass game. We don't tend to throw it short a lot. Trey Lance is either throwing it medium or deep, or he's usually taking off running. Not that I agree with it, but that's what sort of the game plan calls for. If we can get maybe a few more screens out of this, you know, make them be a little bit more honest, we might be able to get ourselves some good plays. So we're going to go blitz counter. And then for the weekly game plan here. So I think the biggest thing here is trying to establish the pass game. So I'm going to go 2 passing touchdowns. I think we have the possibility of keeping them down here, but I'm going to go for allow 20 points or less simply because this defense has played well, but we're still giving up some chunk plays and we're still going to have some issues where maybe our offense even gives up a touchdown, you know. So because of that, I want to go to 20 points or less to try and get some more of those franchise points. Offensively, I definitely want to try and get over 350 yards. I think we're going to stick with that. And then for the head coach goal, this one is going to be no sacks allowed. Now, do I expect this to happen? No, but it is a good goal to try and hit because we're doing the blitz counter to try and counter them blitzing so much. They do it 30% of the time. And we definitely want to try and keep Trey Lance upright so that he can find targets downfield. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and start these mini games, and I will see you guys after the mini games are finished. All right, so after the training, we have ourselves some upgrades. First one is N'Keal Harry, and I think we're just going to keep doing the physical for him. Get him up to a 73. We need that, you know, physical receiver, that big body guy, go up and get it. And then it's Christian. Is it Isian? Somebody actually just mentioned him in the comments last video, I think it was. And I was mistaken. I thought he was lower. He's 59, but he's actually on the active roster. He's the backup strong safety. He is, of course, only a 65. And this is his first upgrade of the season, to be quite honest with you. But I'm thinking of maybe doing more of a focus approach with him, like I have been doing for Trey Palmer and for Sean Tucker, because I do like him. I've watched him play this year. I think he's been playing really well. So we're going to do the zone here. I know he's a little bit of a fan favorite, if I'm not mistaken, in the Tampa Bay fan base with how he's come on strong this season. We're also going to have Sean Tucker get another upgrade. And I think I want to go elusive with him. It's very weird with him because he's sort of both. And let me know down below, guys, is he more considered a power back? I mean, he's got the traits for it, but his size just doesn't scream power back to me. We're gonna do elusive though. We'll get him up on that as well. It looks like he went up 1 to power as well too. So that we got 1 to acceleration. Now he's got 91 excel. That is good to see. His trucking is 83. So I mean, obviously he's a power back, but I don't know. Am I just assuming things because his size doesn't scream power back to me? Well, let me know down below. Don Gardner, another one of our young backup corners, and his ratings right now, he needs man coverage bad. Wow. So we're gonna go man here, and hopefully he gets a good upgrade. He does, +3 to man. That's good. That's exactly what we needed. And then last but not least is Mike Green. I have to be honest, I'm not sure much about this guy. So if you guys know about Mike Green, let me know down below as well. I do want to learn as much as I can about the Buccaneers because I like being involved with the team that I'm representing. So let me know what Mike Green is, if he's still on the active roster, if he's somebody that you were rooting for in preseason. He got 1 to acceleration, so that is good. Obviously very low ratings, but we know his excel at 73 is not bad. If we can build him up, I mean, he could be a decent backup option for us going forward. Maybe even as a left end or a right end with him being under 300 pounds. It doesn't exactly scream nose tackle to me. And then we're back to the drawing board with Ryan Neal. And this is the last offer we gave him. I'm still not 100% certain how much more I really want to offer him, especially given our cap number. But the question is then, I mean, if I don't bring him back, we almost have to target a safety in this draft. And I don't know if safety is a very strong class right now for us. There's a few guys, but there really isn't anybody that jumped off the page. There isn't even that many players that have like A ratings in their attributes list. Mostly just B's. Of course, we could find somebody potentially in free agency as well. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna raise this to 24. I feel like this has to be my cap. 8 million a year for this guy. I mean, he's not exactly breaking any record books. He has played well for us, but he's 27, 81 overall. I don't know, man. I can't see going up closer to 30 for him. So I think 24 is gonna be my last offer. If he doesn't take 24, I think we're just gonna have to test free agency and see what happens at that point. Okay, and I just don't think this is gonna work with us, guys. I mean, it's apparent that he doesn't want to be here, and the money he's asking for, we're already above what he's asking. And you can see here by his feedback, he signed today if there was some way to improve how this team aligns with his interests, and his interests are just outweighing the monetary value, it seems. So this could be the end of Ryan Neal in a Tampa Bay uniform. I do think I want to bring back Nick Leverett just for depth purposes. So I'm gonna offer him just a simple 1 year for 2.6. I'm actually gonna see if I can get away with 2.5. Trying to save something. Oh, really? Whatever, dude. All right, so we'll have to come back to Nick Leverett. Cam Gill, he has some interest, but at 64, the Adrian Senate is a guy that if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he could find himself another contract, but it won't be until after the season with that age. No, probably not. No, probably not. I do like Hunter Lupke though. He's a very low overall, but I stole him off the practice squad, and I do think I want to bring him back. I'm gonna go ahead and offer him. I'm gonna offer him a 1 year deal to stay with the team. What? You didn't even ask for it. Jesus. Okay, well, apparently he doesn't want to ask for a bonus, but he expects one. That doesn't make any sense there, dude. And then the last two is going to be end of the season decisions. Tryon Shoyinka shows flashes, but he just has not really turned it on this season. And then Trey Lance, jury is still out. Jury's still out. We know he is dynamic, but can he be the quarterback we need? That's always been the question. All right, so we've done everything we need to do. Yeah, it's just time for us to take on these Panthers. So let's go ahead and get this game underway. Oh, no way on the opening return. Yes, it is. Trey Palmer all the way on the opening kickoff. Wow. I guess he heard me just talking about how we may need another returner, because I have yet to see a kick return touchdown in this game or in this series for us. And what it is, opening drive, opening kickoff, touchdown return by Trey Palmer. No kidding. We sure started off on a good foot. Kick return touchdown leads to 6 points, of course. And then here is Bryce Young. We looked at these stats right before the season. Him and Trey Lance both having relatively similar seasons. The only distinct difference, Young has been much more careful with choosing where he throws the ball, much higher percentage. And there he goes immediately over the middle, and it is caught by Miles Sanders. A big 19-yard chunk play on what appeared to be a halfback wheel. Wow, that was a perfect play to start things out for them. There we go. It's a handoff. Sanders outside, cuts it back inside thanks to Ryan Neal, and is brought down after a gain of 5 yards. Quick snap here on second. Young short. Outside, it is caught. Jonathan Mingo, the one on the catch on the outside, moves the chains for Carolina as they cross midfield. Play action to Sanders. Young takes another shot. It's incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Ian Thomas. Second down. Young drop back on a single back, and he finds a wide open tight end all the way down inside the 5 to the 3. And it's Tommy Tremble. He got behind everybody. I don't know which one of those two was supposed to go deep with him, but it looks like they got tangled up with the crisscross of the route combination. And now, just like we scored, the Panthers knocking right back on the door for a little return of their own. Here we go. Quick pass to Thielen. It's a touchdown for the Panthers. Wow, I thought we were getting a stunned first opening drive, but it turns out that apparently there's going to be a lot of scoring in this one. I'm not lying, guys. Trey almost took that one back to the house, too. He did get tripped up at the 30, and then marked him at the 31, but it was close. One block away from being another touchdown. So we're going to get a chance to see the offense for the first time. 7-7 is the score. Both teams firing quickly out of the gates. Here we go. Lance back to throw it. Under pressure, gets rid of it underneath. And it's Tucker on the catch, coming out of the backfield for a gain of 5. Here we go. Another quick snap, quick throw. It's Godwin holding on through traffic and still fighting forward to the 45 for a first. Very quick, decisive throw right there from Trey Lance. Love to see it. And Godwin doing a great job of holding on. And there goes White. Easy block. Juke move down inside the 45. We'll stay in this single back look. Play action. Roll out. Lance fires. And he's got another man. It's Russell Gage Jr. And oh no, Tristan Wirfs is down. Appears to be his arm of some sort. Maybe his wrist. But we know how Madden is. It might not even be that arm. 1st and 10 from the 30. We don't have great depth behind him. Hopefully it's not going to affect us too much. Handoff to White. And Shaq Thompson comes flying in. Makes the play after just a yard. Easily done there. Not a good spot to run to. They had the initial hole open, but Thompson just sort of sat there and waited. Now that time, though, they weren't ready. Rashad White for another first down to the 18. Another play action rollout for Lance. Rolling right, dumps it down to Durham, breaks free from one, and he's down to the 13. Now Roy Lopez, the Carolina Panthers D tackle, down on the play. And oh man, it looked like they were helping him onto the cart. Rough start for both teams injury-wise. Here we go, handoff outside. White trying to make something happen, but once again, it's Shaq Thompson coming through, making the stop. Boogie Basham, the one who gets credited with the tackle, but Thompson cut off that outside lane, which forced him back inside where Basham was waiting for him. 3rd and 6 here for us from the 13. Play action to Tucker. Lance looking sideline and overshoots Trey Palmer, and we're going to have to settle for 3. And out comes the Panthers offense. They, of course, marched right down the field, got that touchdown to Adam Thielen to make it 7. And now they come back out here down by 3. Handoff Sanders. Oh, he does a beautiful job cutting back to a wide open lane. Good job by that O-line. Young pumped up about it. We get a nice gain of 6 to open up the drive. Shotgun, 2 split left. Thielen in the slot. And, oh, read option. Young takes off with it, and he is met at the 35 by Levante David. The run was enough to get a first, and here we go. Quick shot over the middle to Thielen, and that one is broken up. Winfield says, get that out of here. Not happening. Empty set here on 2nd. Here we go. We send in heat, and it's going to get home. Kalijah Cansey with the sack. That's number 7 on the season for him. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we wanted to do. Force them to look downfield, and hopefully our defense can get home before too much damage can be done. 3rd and 16. Let's see if we send some heat. No, we don't. We drop back. Young, expecting pressure, has to fire it downfield, and it's incomplete. Great series by the defense, and we're going to get the ball back. After a good stand by our defense, we're back on offense here. 1st and 10 from our own 28. Lance fires left side. He's got Palmer. Gain of 6. Throwing it again. Lance rolling out to his left, and he's able to find Otten, who somehow holds on through contact, and will move the chains. Excellent play there. Lance looking more comfortable so far today. Let's see if it continues. Handoff to White. White's able to get to the edge. He's got some room, and he's down to the 40 and shoved out of bounds. 5 for 43 on just 1.5 drives, really, for Rachaad White. And now Tucker checks in this pistol formation. We're going to hand it off to him, and he's got a lane down to the 34. O-line doing an excellent job. Wirf still out, has not come back. Oh, White somehow got past 91. Not sure quite how that happened, but he ends up with 3 yards on the play. We'll make it a much easier 3rd down. Let's see what we do here. I'm expecting some kind of a bench play here, or maybe a drag. No, it's a play action rollout. Looking for Durham. Durham turns upfield. He's got the first. That was a nice play call. We've ran it out of single back a lot today. So on 3rd and 3, when you could really do either one, you do a play action to that same look that we're giving them for the run plays. Fired off into the flats. Excellent play. Now Lance looking to take a shot. He does, and it's caught. Cade Otten again. 2nd catch of the day, both of them coming with some contact that he has been able to hold on with. 2 for 25 for him. Have not seen him get involved a whole lot so far this season. Hand off to White. He's got a clear lane down inside the 5. I thought he was going to score, but Jeremy Chin doing a great job in open field to bring him down at the 2-yard line. Rachaad White knows he was so close to a touchdown. And now Sean Tucker going to check in. Let's see if we go back to the ground. We do, and Tucker is tracked down from behind. 2nd and goal. Yeah, that is Brian Burns. And Rachaad White, wow. This defense really stood strong here on this drive after we got into the red zone, because it looked like we were marching right in. Come on here, 3rd and goal from the 9. Lance outside. He makes the catch, but it's not going to be enough for the first, and another field goal is going to be coming. Another drive for Carolina. Last one stalled out. We're able to get 3 more. Now we're up by 6. Young looking right side, and it's bobbled and dropped. I believe that was Mingo again on the outside. Ryan Neal, the one in coverage there. I formation for Sanders. Play action. Young taking a shot, and another good job. That one really was more so Bryce Young's fault than it was Devin White's job well done. If he puts that on the money, that's probably a completion and a big-time first down. Young under pressure. He gets hit as he throws, and Thielen takes a shot from Duke Shelley as soon as he caught that one. A loss of 2 and a quick 3 and out. Pistol formation for us to start this new drive out with. Hand off to Tucker. And I don't know what those blockers were doing. They just abandoned their... What was that? They just abandoned the players they were blocking. I mean, I understand if you get beat, that's one thing, but you just left. 2nd and 11 now after the loss of 1. Lance taking a deep shot. He's got Godwin open, and Godwin down the sidelines to the 31. The big-time completion to Godwin sets us up nicely here to open up the second quarter. Oh, little read RPO action here as Godwin takes it for 6 yards on a quick out throw to on a little screen there, looked like. You don't see too many of those. I'm really, like I said, I think I said this last video, I really like that they implemented that in the AI's ability. Nice little run up the middle for White, and he'll make it 3rd and 1. Because that was never an option. It just automatically ran it in past Maddens. Now you have the option. Hand off White, and he's gonna get held up. Every time we start knocking on the door, we just have the deadbolt put on us, and we get shut down and have to kick field goals. And apparently, Todd Bowles and Trey Lance are sick of it too. We're going for it. 4th and 2. It's another handoff, and White's gonna get the first down. I love that play call. You could have took the points there, but you realize that given how the defense has been playing and how many times we failed, you just do it anyway, and there goes Rachaad White into the end zone, but there's a flag, and I think it might be coming back. I have a feeling it's gonna be like blocking in the back. Yep, they're pointing out Eric Fisher. Oh, man. And we go from the 17... Well, from a touchdown all the way back to the 27. That sucks. Lance back, lets it fly out of bounds, throws it away. Dang, man, we just got that 4th down conversion too, and that play right there seemed to just take the wind right out of our sail. Little short throw to Godwin, and he'll get a few, but only 5. We still have a long way to go for a first down, let alone a touchdown. We'll need a big play here. Lance under pressure, and he goes down. Offensive woes are not, it's just not happening, man. We get inside this scoring range here, inside the 30, the 25. We're just failing every time. 3rd straight drive we've gotten down here, and 3rd time we've had to kick a field goal. I mean, I'll take the points, but again, just letting this team hang around when we're doing everything right. Carolina back out on offense. Young has got a nice clean pocket, finally breaks down, rolls outside, fires back inside to Jonathan Mingo. Single back for Sanders. He takes the handoff, trying to find some running room, but it's shut down, and now William Golston is hurt. Well, he's just sitting on the sideline. Hopefully that means it's not serious. 3rd and 4, empty backfield. Bunch set to the right. Let's see what Carolina's got up in there. Oh, gosh. Dang it. I was hoping we'd be able to get a blitz home. Or get pressure home, I mean. I thought he might try to throw to the outside there. Thomas was wide open, the tight end. Couldn't see if somebody was coming down from the other side or not, but it looked open anyway. That time he's able to find Thomas, and he gets to the 42. First time they were able to connect today, of course, that first incompletion on the first drive. Oh, play action. They picked... Wow. I can't believe they picked that up. Miles Sanders has some amazing athletic ability and amazing reflexes to be able to go from taking a fake handoff to immediately spinning into a perfect block on a full-speed linebacker. Handoff, Sanders. Big lane for him. And he's going to get the first down to the 43. Another handoff. Sanders. He'll get 4. Ryan Neal coming up to make the stop. Nice little chunk play there. Nice little lane for him to run through. Now Sanders is tired. Young under pressure again, and he's gonna go down, fumble, and we got it. It's Diaby. I'm not sure, but either way, Levante David gets back there, and then Diaby recovers it, and we're gonna have the ball back in excellent field position. Can this be the drive we finally put a touchdown on the board from the offense? Remember, guys, we've only scored through special teams today in field goals. Well, through special teams. Offense has not scored yet. We have gotten inside of the red zone on literally every possession, almost, and have failed every time and had to settle for 3. And there goes Tucker. He can't get around the outside there. It was Deion Jones, former Falcon. 3rd and 4, here we go. Lance, short throw, Godwin again with an amazing catch in traffic, and we'll move the chains. Hand off to White, trying to maneuver through the line. He'll get 4 yards. Carolina doing a good job there closing up that lane, because there was a pretty good lane there. But again, that second level closed it up really nice for the Panthers. Here we go, play action. Lance looking outside, and he's off target. He was looking for Godwin outside and on those the comeback routes, and just could not connect. Timing was off, throw was off, one of the two. 3rd and 6. Lance underneath, and again he's off target, and another punt or another field goal coming our way again. Man, just keep racking up the field goals non-stop. It's up, and yeah, it's good. Field goal number 4 on the board. Carolina has been having a rough go of it. Defense has been playing lights out. Of course, that's when that happens. Well, they were up until that point. Big play to Adam Thielen over the middle, all the way out to the 38. Gain of about 18 or 19 yards. Another one over the middle, and it's caught. Wow. I almost thought that was picked for a second, but it's Mingo making the catch. And he gets across midfield. Throws that double A gap look. Let's see if we can get some pressure off of it. Nope, not a chance. Sanders outside. He'll get 4. They have been running Sanders a lot today. He is tired. They're going to throw it. Oh, why did dude just sit there, man? He could have had that going the other way. I don't know if you guys saw him hesitate at the top of that route when he saw that ball coming. I mean, you got to jump that stuff, dude. 3rd and 6. Here comes the screen. They get the screen easily. We blitzed. They called it, and they'll get the first down. First time since their opening drive that they've been in this deep into our territory. And another beautiful throw. That time, he finds Chenault as the linebacker was facing away from him and fit it right behind him. I mean, if that linebacker's looking, it's an interception. Gutsy but good throw by Bryce Young, as Young rolling out. And another open player. That one, it's Mingo down to the 4. Carolina coming alive here late in the first half. We've had 5 scoring drives, and it's almost all of it going to get wiped away with 1 touchdown. And, oh man, I thought he was in. But I mean, all those field goals we had to kick, we only got 12 points out of it. We had the potential to get 35. You know, like, that's crazy. Instead of having 35 points, we have 19. Good stop by Johnson up front. 3rd and goal. Can we hold them to a field goal? That'd be nice. Hand off to Sanders, and we might just do that. No, they're going to go for it. Gutsy call here. They want to cut this deficit down big time before half. And they're going to hand it off again, and it doesn't work. Shut down at the 1 by Cansey. And we're going to take over, but at our own 1. And you guys know what that means. Safety watch is in full effect. We need to get a good play off here. Hand off to White. There it goes. Nice opening play. Gets us some breathing room onto the 14. Luvu is down. Hurts, the linebacker. least 2 players for each team so far today. I have not still seen Tristan Wirfs come back in. And Lance off target to Otten. See what I'm saying? Like, he just changes his entire game from quarter to quarter. The first, like, up until the last drive, before this one, he was on the money with every throw. And since, like, the last drive, he's like 1 of 5 through the air. Okay, fine, 2 of 6. But you know what I mean? Like, that kind of inconsistency is just something we cannot have. Especially when it comes down to the games that are important. What if we get to the playoffs and that stuff happens, you know? Can't be doing that stuff in the playoffs. And like that right there, where are you throwing that ball? And we just gave away that opportunity. Last chance before halftime. Young knows that he's going to take a shot, and Thielen can't haul it in. And they're going empty set. Yeah, they want points, and they have the opportunity. 1:07, 2 timeouts. They're all the way out at the 41 thanks to that punt. And oh my God, Ryan Neal just saved us from a touchdown. Again, probably a bad throw. If he puts that up higher, that's an easy completion. But hey, I'll take it. I will take it. 3rd and 10. Oh, another screen. Sanders, plenty of room. Breaks free from 1 and finally shoved out at the 37. And we go from potentially shutting down their drive before the end of the half to pushing them out of bounds to let them conserve timeouts and put them almost in field goal range. This is great. Young outside, Mingo, and he makes the catch and he gets out of bounds. This Panthers team is really on one right now, executing really well in the last few plays. 1st and 10 from the 24. They haven't even used a timeout yet. And oh, there we go. A nice hit by Davis. They're going to have to use one here. First timeout or second timeout used. 1 remaining, 2nd and 2 from the 16. Young gets rid of it. End zone. It's caught, but they're going to mark Mingo down at the 1. The ball did not cross the plane. Man, this is really unfortunate. They're saving their timeout. They want a touchdown here. Young looking. Easy completion to Thielen. 2 touchdowns on the day for him. And the Panthers have just erased most of our lead after a single 45-second drive. Well, we were able to get a quick 3 and out to open up the second half. And now goes Rachaad White for the first. How is that not the first down? What is wrong with this game's ball placement system? He literally crossed the first down twice. Golly. Roll out for Lance underneath the Palmer, and he'll get the first. Handoff, Tucker gets outside. He's got plenty of room down across midfield. Big run for Sean Tucker. Now it goes White, and White gets through that line of defense, and he's got another big run. 113 yards on the day, 15 carries for him. That's back-to-back weeks. Rachaad White has been able to crack that 100-yard barrier. Lance back to throw it. Lets it go. It's Payne Durham on the outside, and he's got a first. Once again inside the 20. Are we going to suffer the same fate as always? And it's a short throw to the backup tight end. I can't even remember his name, to be quite honest with you. Kieft, that's what it is. How do I forget that name? 2nd and 7, handoff to White. Tries to get past Jeremy Chin, but Chin, a very, very good open field tackler, makes the stop. 3rd and 6. Come on now. We cannot punt this away or kick another field goal. We're going to have to. Oh my God, go for it, please. Go for it. Forget this game, dude. Why not go for it here? I get it. This puts us up above 1 touchdown, so, I mean, a touchdown doesn't let him catch up. I understand. But still, I'm sick of field goals, man. This is the 5th one today. So we ended up having punts back-to-back, 1 for each of us, and now the Panthers come out here. A big handoff to Sanders out to the 40. Oh, a little RPO outside to Thielen, who gets past Davis out there, and he'll get a first down. Handoff, Sanders again with a big lane. Down to the 30, make it the 29. Run game was slow for them in the first half, but the last 2 drives, they've been able to put together some nice runs. It just hasn't amounted to much. Sanders is tired now. Of course he is. Handoff outside. He's got another lane. One-on-one with Davis. He breaks free from that, and David comes in to clean up at the 21. Young decides to throw it. He rolls out, and it's dropped? No, he caught it. Yep. I thought for a second there was a shadow that looked like the ball, but Adam Thielen holds on, gets it down to the 15, moves the chains. 8 catches on the day, 40 yards for the veteran. And here we go. Young under pressure, fires a rocket sidearmed into Thielen. And once again, he holds on, and he'll get it down to the 6. That was a beautiful throw. Definitely off balance, but he made it work. Quick drop, quick throw, and there was nobody there. I think he was trying to go to Miles Sanders, but either Sanders was like running the wrong route, or he was completely off target with where the ball was supposed to go. And Young steps up, running it, and he gets hit. He will get the first. First time we've seen either one of these quarterbacks run today as a scramble. We saw Bryce Young run it earlier with a read option, but first time a scramble took place. And a handoff to Sanders, and he has stood up at the 1. And it's Izian on the stop. I'm probably saying that wrong, guys. Let me know down below. 2nd and goal. Handoff, and that one was easy work. Miles Sanders gets in, and the Panthers are going to pull themselves within 7 once again. Oh, no, they don't want that. They want to tie it up. A 2-point conversion here would tie it, and we'll get the blitz going. Ryan Neal, big time stop. Keep ourselves ahead by 2, but we need a touchdown, guys. This is enough, man. Where the hell were you going, Tucker? I need to know what he was thinking on that one. That was a bad decision there. Handoff, White trying to get outside, and now all of a sudden we can't run it. We've been able to run it all day, and now all of a sudden we can't. 3rd and 9. Last play of the 3rd quarter. Lance looks deep, and he's got Godwin still on his feet to midfield. Big time play by Chris Godwin to close out that 3rd quarter. We needed it. Hand off to Tucker, and Thompson in on the stop. Brings him down at the 48, just a short gain of 2. Pistol look here on 2nd. Hand off to White. He gets outside. There's nobody there. 30, 25, jukes a man down to the 22. 19 for 146 yards on the day for Rashad White. And here we are, once again, back down here in scoring range. Lance looking to the end zone. It's incomplete. He was just shy of it at the 2-yard line for Godwin. But Dante Jackson doing an excellent job in coverage, able to get a hand in there and not allow the catch to be made. Hand off to White, and oh man, he gets stood up. Deion Jones made him pay for coming into his gap assignment there. 3rd and 9 once again. Lance back, under pressure, got to do something. He's in a run. He's got enough room for the first, and he's down to the 10. All right, come on now, guys. We need a touchdown. This is where we need a touchdown. Let's go. Play action. Lance looking, end zone, almost throws an interception. Dante Jackson again on the coverage. He was looking for Payne Durham on what appeared to be an out route, maybe a corner, and it did not work in our favor. Hand off to White. White gets outside. He's got lanes, and he's got a touchdown. Finally, we break the field goal curse in the 4th to extend this lead back up to 9. 4th quarter, Bryce Young down by 9, 10 minutes to go. Steps back. He's looking for a good play right away, and he's got it. Adam Thielen Gets free in the secondary, out to the 47. You know, at times that short passing has come back to bite us. It's worked a lot, but it's also worked against us, like in that situation. Luckily, though, we're able to get home on the run, force a loss of 3. Let's see what they come out with. They're going to throw out of a 3 tight end set. Young looking to the check down underneath, and it's a short gain. He'll get the 3 yards they lost back, but still going to leave a long 3rd down. 3 split right here. Sanders tired in the backfield. Young steps up in the pocket. He's in a run, and he's got the first, a nice little second effort, little juke or stutter step. Gets him to the spot he needs to be. It was Dennis out there that he sort of broke down. And I mean, usually you see a quarterback slide in that scenario. They don't want to take a hit, but Bryce Young just went head first. I'm getting this 1st down. And then fires an absolute beauty to Jonathan Mingo on the corner route on the left side. Wow. Mingo has come alive in this game. Been one of the best playmakers for Bryce Young today. 7 catches, just shy of 100 at 98. Here we go, 1st and 10. Handoff to 30. It's Chuba Hubbard trying to dance around to find a lane, but they were all closed up. Devin White drops him at the 12. Really got to keep an eye on Mingo here because he has been one of his favorite targets today. Same with Thielen. Thielen's already got 2 touchdowns. Let's not let it make it 3. And off target outside, looking for Hubbard on the check down. 3rd down coming up. Thielen is working that slot right there on Duke Shelley. Here we go. Young looking. End zone. It's incomplete. Jonathan Mingo got bounced around like a ping pong ball off 3 defenders. And the ball hits the turf. 4th down. And they're going to end up taking 3. The smart move. Bring it back within 6. Still plenty of time left to do something about it. If we can't do something about it on our end, and the field goal is good, it's now 29-23. 7:13 left on the clock, up by 6. Lance fires a rocket to Gage. Beautiful throw, beautiful route. And Russell Gage having himself one of the best days of the season for him. 4 for 63. He hasn't gotten in the end zone yet, but he has been able to find some openings in this secondary to help Trey Lance get some nice completions and 1st downs. And there's a quick one over the middle. I believe that was Gage as well. And that right there, they were the 5th ranked team coming into this game. And I said I wanted to have no sacks. Well, we have 1 so far. But it's been a heck of a better day for us, and we're down our starting left tackle. Lance fires a prayer over the middle. It's incomplete. He was under pressure. He saw Godwin down there, but Jackson has been absolutely locking down today. He has had such a good game from his corner position. Blitz coming. He's able to get rid of it and finds Rashad White, who holds on, and we're going to convert the 3rd down. That was a clutch play right there. Clutch play by Lance. He had immediate pressure right up the gut coming at his face. And then we also had White taking a shot. I don't want to talk about the last thing I just said about Trey Lance. Back to pass. Second. It's incomplete. I heard it back after I said it. And I mean, it happened. It's out there. It just happened. We're gonna have to just move on with ourselves here. 3rd and 4, and it's a nice throw over the middle, and Trey Palmer is gonna be just shy of the 1st down, and we're gonna kick a stupid long field goal. This is where I would like us to go for it. Instead, we're gonna kick a 53-yard field goal attempt. That's great. This is great. And he missed. This is what we needed. We needed to give the Panthers an excellent starting point for their drive. Hand off to Sanders, and he is shut down after 3. Another handoff to Sanders, and he's gonna, oh my God, he's still on his feet, marching forward to midfield. That was some tough running. Here we go, Young back to throw it. He's got Mingo, And oh no, Mingo's hurt. Holding on to his shoulder. They have him doing some tests on the sidelines. We'll see if he's able to come back. 1st and 10, and that did give him 100 yards though. There we go. Hand off to Sanders, and Sanders just falling forward. The guy was initially tackled after 3 yards and ends up making it a 9-yard run. Such a powerful and just fast accelerating running back. Here we go. Oh my, how did he do that? I don't think that was legal. Did you see the little juke cutback he did over there? 3 tight end set once again. They're going to throw out of it. Blitz coming straight up the middle, and there's no chance for Bryce Young as Devin White gets back and brings him down. A big sack, pushing him back to the 38. 2nd and 20. Young back. He's got time. Time's running out. Hit as he throws, and it's out of bounds. And now 3rd and 20. They need the 18-yard line. Empty backfield for Young. Young looking outside. He's got Chark, but it's nowhere near a first. And I'm assuming they're just trying to make the field goal a little bit easier. They're going for it? Oh no, this is bad. This is not what you want to do. We better not give this up. We better not. You've got to be kidding me. A back shoulder fade to DJ Chark on 4th and 11? Stop dancing. What the hell just happened? I mean, what a beautiful throw. I mean, I can't take that away. That was an amazing throw, an amazing catch. But how the hell did we let that happen? And the balls of Carolina to go for it on like 4th and 13. And now we're down by 1. Chris Godwin coming back out. He has been a savior for Trey Lance. 6 catches, 101 yards, and almost every one of those catches coming in clutch situations when it's like 3rd down and long. Lance gonna take off and run. Diving forward, but he's gonna be marked short. Quick snap, quick throw, off target again. Trey Lance cannot hit those outside routes. I swear to God, I've maybe seen him hit 3 of them this entire season. I don't know what it is. He can't do it. 3rd and 1. We just need a yard, man. What the hell was that? There's no way you just missed that throw. Trey, I swear to God, man, you better come up with something here. You better come up with something here. Finally. Oh my God, I was about to go nuclear. Trey Lance testing my patience once again in this game. Man, what a weird turn of events. Nice play defensively there. 24 draped all over Godwin. Puts the ball off target just a little bit for where Godwin had his hands. 2nd down. Lance fires it into Godwin, and that time it's complete. Down to the 30. All right, let's take our time here. The clock is on our side. Lance, get out of there. No. Okay, it goes out of bounds. And now Ryan Jensen's hurt. Another injury. We have yet to see Wirfs return, and now our starting center is gone. 2nd and 10. Hand off to White. He gets a nice carry. Gets a lane off the left side. He's down to the 24. Carolina calling their first timeout. 3rd and 4. We need another conversion here to make sure this game is over. Come on now. Hand off. White. And he can't get it. And we're going to have to kick a field goal with 1:07. Oh, man. 1st and 10. There was a holding penalty on the kick return. And now Carolina has to start from their own 8. This might have been a blessing in disguise. Incomplete over the middle. Crowd starting to come alive. We need this defense to step up. We have been letting Carolina drive all the way down the field on almost every possession since the beginning of the second half. And this is where we need him. 58 seconds and ticking. Carolina with one timeout, fires a shot. He's got Chark streaking up the middle of the field to the 36. And that is the exact opposite of what we just needed. 1st and 10. Young back to throw it again. Over the middle, it's dropped. Okay, big time play there to force the incompletion. We have to get a stop here. Young, back, lets it fly. Incomplete again. 50 attempts. He's completed 33 of them. And it's starting to come down to this one right here. 3rd down, 25 seconds remain. They need the 46. Young, under pressure. Can he get there? He's gonna have to slide shorts. He's gonna slide short. They're gonna call their last timeout. And now it's down to one final play. Unless they can get this first down, they only have 15 seconds, so they need to get a first and out of bounds. Young, going deep down the right side. Oh my God, he caught it, but he's in bounds. And the clock is gonna run out, and we are gonna be saved by the lack of timeouts that Carolina had. Oh my God. This was an instant classic game. The best of this series so far, by far. If you don't agree, you're crazy. Wow. That came down to the wire. And both of our offensive linemen that were hurt are going to be gone. Abdominal tear for both. 4 weeks for Ryan Jensen and 3 for Tristan Wirfs. Now, the only 2 guys that we had as stalemates, as bona fide starters on our offensive line, are going to miss the next 3 to 4 weeks. This is not good. And now we have the Falcons. We are going to go down to Atlanta to take them on. And they won last week. So now we're both 8-4. This division is far from over. Even with a win in Atlanta, we still run the risk of losing this division. This has been much more competitive than I thought the South was going to be. I thought we were all going to suck, and some like 6-10 team or 6-11 team or something like that was going to end up making the postseason just off of pure roll of the dice of who won the division. But this is right now in this world is the toughest division in the NFL. Both of us 8-4. The Panthers right on our tail at 7-5, and now the Saints even making a way back. They're at 6-6. Every team within 2 wins of each other. This is going to be an important next video, but it is for next video. As for this one, that is all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like before you leave, and let me know down below, what do you guys think of Trey Lance's streaky play? You know, the first quarter, great. Second quarter, pretty good. Third quarter, crazy stupid. Fourth quarter, weird. Let me know what you guys think of that. Also, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification so you know when the Bucs franchise goes live, and I will see you guys next time.